Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Yoji. Welcome to my ethical solo self-found adventures, episode 6. Yeah, 6 episodes now, and today I want to talk a bit about Vaal Pact Slayer and Cyclone, and just playing different builds in solo self-found all together. Because currently I'm playing a Cyclone Slayer with Vaal Pact, and in case you haven't heard of it yet, Cyclone Slayer and Vaal Pact work pretty well together. It's a pretty classic PoE build since Ascendancy has been released. Slayer Cyclone, just an overall really well-rounded melee build, and that's the reason why I'm currently playing this build. I was looking for a very well-rounded build that just feels really good, fun, and easy to play. So I can push maybe to higher levels than I've ever pushed a character before. Currently my highest level character is about level 95.5. And even with the experience penalties or experience nerfs in this patch, so it's a lot harder to get a higher level from level 95 onwards in this patch. They nerfed or increased the experience that you need, so they nerfed the leveling rate quite a bit. I want to push to even higher levels, so at least level 96, maybe I can even make it to 97, 98, 99, 100 maybe, I don't even know. Only in softcore, of course, so it's more about playtime and actually enjoying the build for longer and seeing where that leads me, rather than just surviving and being good at the game, because we all know that's not kind of not my thing. So yeah, currently I'm playing Cyclone. I'm level 93, almost level 93 I think at the moment. And yeah, I'm playing a classic Resolute Technique Vaal Axe swinging Cyclone build. And overall I think it's a very well-rounded build. It's not the greatest clear speed. I mean, among melee builds I think it's upon the best clear speeds that you can get. Maybe like Sunder, Flicker Strike. There's some others that probably rival it, but overall it's really good melee clear speed, and at the same time it's really good single target. I tackled Red Tier Elder Guardian so far, did some Aziri, but that doesn't really count anymore. And I did all maps up until tier 15 because I unlocked all of my Atlas. I did all the tier 15 bosses. I think they are maybe a bit undertuned. I think they could be a bit more dangerous, a bit more challenging, have a little bit more health. But overall the character dealt with all of it nicely, as you can see in the background. And especially because I was too lazy to swap in my increased AoE for concentrated effect. And I was also running 4 to 5 my main links, so I was only running 4 real damage links. I was running Cyclone with faster attacks, melee physical damage, and damage on full life. That's my 4 actual gems. Then I get some increased damage from Fortify, and Ink AoE has quality, so that's that. I could add 2 more multipliers to the mix, and then maybe tackle some Guardians and Shaper once I get there in the SSF Atlas progression. Currently I have all maps unlocked and have most maps as a bonus, even red tiers. All I'm missing are like roughly some unique maps, like 10-ish maps or so. Some unique maps, the Guardians, Shaper himself, and I think 1 or 2 red tier maps, and that's it. So I think that's already pretty good. So far I'm sustaining maps fairly conveniently with a 100 something, well, what do I have, 140 something Atlas progression bonus, so that's running pretty damn well. On this character I stacked some immunities, as you will see in a bit, and I'm able to run lots of unique flasks, because I barely have to run any immunities on my unique flasks, because I'm a Slayer, I'm bleed immune and stun immune while leeching. I leech a shit ton. I'm running Vaal Pact, and I'm freeze immune, I'm ignite immune, I'm poison immune, and I take reduced shock effect, so I'm basically immune to all the shenanigans that you normally would have to deal with any character, really. So the only map mod that really affects me at all when it comes to my status ailment defenses and whatever, or like all the map mods that I really have to look at even, are things like Reflect. First Reflect, early Reflect, because I'm running, not running a Brutality setup, I'm running the classical Hatred Herald of Ash, like the classic normal Fizz with some conversion and added multipliers, added elemental multipliers to it, and it's going really well. So here we are now with the character, and overall the gear is not like too fancy. As you can see, MTX wise I'm running a little bit of a Rigwald cosplay, trying to, I mean it's a polar bear, it's not a polar wolf, but overall I think I'm trying to pull off like a little bit of a Rigwald frosty look, and I think I'm enjoying this a ton. This paired with like blue Cyclone goes really well. Overall I'm very happy with the current state of the character. I'm running this steel ring that you might know from my Flicker Strike character that I took apart. as well as this one I crafted myself, as well as the belly of the beast that I 6-linked. Same items. I'm running a different glove. Currently, I'm looking to get some more resistances on other pieces, so I can craft some attack speed on this one, or maybe even use another glove that I have, which I can maybe show you. How are your maps? I do have some gear here. I don't think I might have put them away already. Yeah, no, those are not too great. Those are the ones. And then those are the ones I used before with some mana leech on them to sustain my Cyclone. But currently I'm sustaining just fine from just normal passive tree leech. Alright, maybe I'd put the gloves on some other character. Maybe I put them on my War Chief Totem character. Anyways, crafting, you can craft some attack speed up to I think 11 or 12% instead of the lightning res. But currently I need the resistances. This ring needs to be replaced. It has barely like 60 life and 60 res. I don't benefit from the crit chance. Just some added fizz damage, some life. There's not really much here, but I have found some steel rings, as you might have noticed just now, where I went to the gear tab. Got some steel rings to drop, and I'm currently trying to maybe craft one of these into something good. Maybe some more added flat fizz would be nice and some life. I also have an elder ring that I might craft. Don't know if there are any good affixes yet. I'm currently a bit starved on currency, as you can see here. Only have 2 chaos and I have some alterations. Oh, there's also a searing here. Maybe I should identify this. Yeah, there's also not one that I can use. But I have some steel ring bases. They're all at level 82. And I will try to craft something good out of those. I can use 2 steel rings with some nice life, some nice resist. Then maybe get some more attack speed here, because attack speed and movement speed are insane for Cyclone as stats. So I need to upgrade these boots as well. They're also kind of shitty. They have like 80 life, some resist, only 25 move speed, which is not a lot. You can get 30 or even 35 if you're going like super crazy on the crafting, but I think 30 would be nice. I just recently got a Devoter's Devotion, and for that I farmed the pit map, and it drops a card called the Gladiator, which will give you a unique Nightmare Bash in it, and you can get Devotos and Bring of Rain from this. And I was lucky enough, the first set I handed in, I got the Devotos. I don't know what the ratio is because I didn't farm enough cards. I already have a Bringer of Rain on another character, which I did not get from the cards, but from a drop. So yeah, Devotos is great, gives you some Chaos res, which is nice, gives you attack speed, which is GG, and it gives you 20% movement speed and free footprints effect. All at the cost of no life roll and 10% reduced physical damage, which is not a lot. It's just not a lot compared to what it gives you. It gives you clear speed. And I'm running the Cyclopean Coil. Has some nice life, gives you some increased attributes, and it makes me immune to freeze if I have dex higher than int, and it makes me immune to ignites if my strength is higher than my dex, which is the case. My int is obviously not higher than my strength, and I don't think I would be able to stack enough int for that to happen, because I'm not very smart on a Slayer. It's really hard to get some int down there. And especially with Devotos being like plus 55 dex, yay, no, that's not gonna happen. So, what's really nice is that this makes me freeze immune and ignite immune. Shock immunity would of course be better, but at least I'm getting, I'm actually did all my Pantheon collections for this character. It's the first time I ever did this. And I'm actually getting 30% reduced effect of shock on me and reduced shock duration, which is really, really nice. It helps me against those pesky shocks. Also gives some Chaos Res against damage over time together with this Chaos Res here. Actually puts me at some decent Chaos Res. I have minus 40 Chaos Res, but if I press this button, I have minus 6 Chaos Res only. This button is a Zeri's Promise. So almost 0 Chaos Res when my flasks up, which is really good. And my Chaos Res against damage over time, so against any form of like caustic clouds or poison, is even higher. Now, talking about Chaos damage over time real quick, I'm immune to poison, thanks to the Soul of Shakira, which is really, really awesome. And I also take reduced damage over time taken, but I'm immune to bleed, I'm immune to ignites, thanks to the belt. I'm immune to poison, so that's not that much damage over time we take. And I'm taking 25% reduced damage over time from caustic clouds. So I'm basically not taking much damage over time at all. Aside from my Blood Rage, which I'm running, It's great for attack speed, great for leech. And how I'm sustaining this, as you can see, I'm Vaal Pact, so I don't have any regeneration. But I'm running a worm flask. So if I press this flask, it would create 2 shitty worms. And if I cyclone them, I get lots of leech. And now my leech is sustaining my blood rage. And also killing the worms will reset my blood rage. And I also have a chance to get frenzy charges from my blood rage if I'm killing things. So these worms, this worm flask is really, really good. And I have to credit Taki Cat for bringing this up to me. He made a video where he talked about worm flask being great on Slayer and some other defensive mechanics, and I stole this from his video, and it's sweet. Because this way I can keep up my overleech, which I have from the Slayer Ascendancy. It gives me 20% overkill damage, leech's life, and my leech effects are not removed in full life. Combine this with stuff like Vaal Pact's insane leech, getting some Vitality Void, and you are just a leeching monster. So yeah, Slayer's really good. 20% Cull obviously is awesome. Having permanent onslaught, movement speed and attack speed, as I said, is great for any Cyclone build. And I was able to craft this axe. I rolled tier 2, which is Emperor's, increased physical damage and accuracy rating hybrid on there. This means I could still craft increased physical damage on top of that. Crafted some added physical damage, and I had a +2 weapon range. I can still craft on it because I had an open suffix still. And the reason I'm using this, the other way around. The reason I'm playing Cyclone is I crafted this axe because I rolled hybrid and I regaled tier 1 attack speed, which is 26 to 27%. And I was playing Earthquake at the time, but that much attack speed benefits Earthquake a bit, of course, but not that much, because Earthquake with the delay on the aftershock does not benefit from attack speed as directly as other melee skills do. So I was thinking about what else could I play, what other build could I play that would benefit more from attack speed, and it's Cyclone. So yeah, equipped with this axe, I'm playing this Cyclone Slayer. I'm currently trying to push it higher and higher, and I will hopefully somewhat soon have a video for you showing some Guardians and Shaper, if I can actually get to that in like decent playtime. But I will keep playing this character for now. It's pretty damn good. I'm trying to get a boot upgrade, a ring upgrade, and just push this character higher and higher and further and further to level 96, 97. How far I can play it without getting bored of it. Currently I'm not. It's just really, really fun to play. I hope I gave you a nice idea how you can use stuff like Pantheons and some of the new unique items like the Cyclopean Coil to stack some immunities, which allows you then to run different flasks than you normally used to. Obviously there could be better belt choices like Headhunter for this build, but I don't have them, and I'm running this over a rustic sash because the belt gives me freeze immunity, which means I don't have to run freeze immunity on my flasks, which means I can run my Quicksilver of Adrenaline, giving me 30% more move speed. Or increased move speed. So this belt basically has 30% increased move speed, which is why it's so good, because this character is actually running and clearing decently fast for a melee build. And another advantage of playing melee in solo self-found is items drop where you stand, because you kill monsters where you stand, you don't off-screen. So you actually, if you're actually picking up a lot of loot, which solo self-found is kind of all about, compared to Trading League, where you just pick up the very, very, very best of items, just the best bases, the best currency items, and just try to clear as much as possible to make those exalted orbs. That's where solo self-found is different, and that's where you need a build that doesn't just off-screen 5 screens and you pick up only like 1 or 2 items per map, but where you actually benefit from having the drops to your feet, because you pick up a lot more items in SSF, and so you don't have to backtrack as much for picking up items, because your loot filter is just like, there's a Chaos Orb back there, there's like a Regal Orb here, there are like 2 Fusings over there, and you just have to like constantly run back and forth. While in Trading League, you can just pick up the most valuable items, sell them, buy all the currency that you don't pick up, like chance orbs, whatever you might need. You can just buy those. Solo self-found doesn't work. So yeah, that's why I'm currently drawn towards a melee build so much. Also, I like to be up in the face of monsters, being a bit more beefy and tanky as a character overall, with like some fortify and all that kind of stuff. I really enjoy that playstyle currently in PoE. So that's basically it for this character. I'll keep you posted about where this progresses. Yeah, if you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe. I'm Yoji, and I will see you soon.